Well, you know what time it is, or at least you should. You clicked on the dang video. It's time for a little bit more of our Vancouver Canucks. What was it? Be a GM. I was going to say franchise. I'm like, no, it wasn't franchise at the time. It wasn't Dynasty. Be a GM, baby. NHL Legacy Edition. If you missed the last episode, well, there are kind of spoilers on the screen, so you kind of blew it. But we made the playoffs for the very first time with this roster, at least to my recollection. And we have swept the Edmonton Oilers in round number 1. Most of the season was talking about, hey, you make the playoffs, cool things might happen. And that was indeed the case, as our AHL team has also made the playoffs. So we'll see what they're able to do. We might want to kind of go best lines for them. But the big question here is, who are we going to be playing in the second round? Because in theory, we were lined up to be, of course, playing the top team from our division. But last we knew, they were struggling a little bit. And it's taking a little bit here to get that second round matchup confirmed. It is still taking a bit. Who's it going to be? And the answer is the Calgary Flames. Okay, Calgary, Vancouver in the second round. We actually have home ice advantage for this one, too, here in the second round. Let's get a look at the playoff tree up to this point, as again, Calgary makes it past the number 1 seed in LA in 6 games. St. Louis ends up playing Nashville, the top 2 teams from the Central Division. Of course, Anaheim ended up there through the wild card. Then you have Tampa and Philly, as well as Washington and Carolina moving on. So the Florida Panthers bounced in that first round with 2 Game 7s there at the very bottom. So an interesting time for us here. I mean, like I said, we make the playoffs. Anything could happen, right? So before we get down to it, though, I did mention going best lines in the AHL just to try to help them out. And we will do that. Don't really care if someone isn't ours. Like, hey, we got to win this Calder Cup if we can. And, I mean, it's a pretty damn good team for a Calder Cup potential run. Speaking of pretty good teams, we looked at, of course, all the teams last episode before simming the season. We know Calgary is good. Goodrow, Granlund, Johnson is a top line. Boyce, Monahan, Poirier, Milano, Burmistrov, Frolic, Boma, Gagne, Colborne. It's a good team. And then defensively, TJ Brody with Dougie Hamilton, Tyler Wotherspoon and Mark Pysyk, Ryan Culkin, and a dude named Huppanen. Goaltender is looking like it's Burrow. It might be Mason McDonald. We could check the stats, but I don't know if it's going to matter too much. I mean, we've made it this far. We can upgrade our amateur scout to a max level now, by the way, which is fantastic. So, yes, please, to a max level amateur scout. Granted, we've already done a good job of building the team up. Let's get down to it. I mean, this could be the start of a amazing playoff run here in this episode. We shall see. It is game number 1, first period. Oh, my. This could also be a draft episode, everybody. Nikita Sherbak starts us off on the power play, but then it's Burmistrov, Colborne, and Burmistrov again. 3 goals in less than 5 minutes. All of their goals from outside as well. And Calgary have a 3-1 lead. Second period, still 3-1 for Calgary. Do we have any third period magic here? No, we do not. Madison Bowie gets a goal, but then it's Colborne and Boyce. 5-2. 40 shots to 18, and in convincing fashion, Calgary hands us our first loss of this postseason. Colborne, Burmistrov, Boma leading the way. I mean, that's outstanding news for them. Apparently, we hit veteran GM status, even though we're still a level, reputation of a negative 37. We at least got credit for, making it, I'm sure, to the second round, getting the max amateur scout. So that's good to know. Game number 2. Not going to change anything about the lines yet, but certainly we need a stronger start to this game. First period is scoreless. They doubled us up in shots nearly. Second period is not scoreless. Nikita Sherbak on the power play And it is Burrow in goal here. We'll go through the third period quickly. Can we get the win? Yes, we can. Wow, what a performance there. A 32-save shutout. Turns out Pickard might indeed be the guy. Nikita Sherbak gets the only goal. Shout out to Burrow. He had a great game too. But Riley Pickard saves the day. And we have a 1-1 split after the first two games. So still advantage Calgary. Of course, winning on the road, is one of those things, of course, we're in the game. Has it ever been properly reflected? Home ice advantage? Tough to say. It'd be nice, but then again, would they implement the mechanic well? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't even know how, I'm intrigued. I'm gonna ask you guys, how would you implement home ice advantage in the playoffs? What effects would occur? Think of it from the perspective of NHL 25, right? So, would it be, easier to get full pressure in, the first period or something like that, to get a hot start? I'm sure if that was, the case online, people would throw the controllers out the window. But I'm intrigued. How would you replicate home ice advantage in a modern EA NHL title? Very intrigued by that, because I think there's a couple of different ways you could go about it. But I do want to focus on the task at hand here. Because we won that game, no lineup changes for Game 3, but we're looking at certain guys. Bo Horvat, Jared McCann. We got a couple of players that really need to step up here. As we trail 1-0 at the end of the first, Boyce with the goal. Second period, oh my God. Milano, Johnson, Boyce again. And third period, we tried like hell to fight back. 2 goals for Hunter Shinkarik, 1 for Daniel Sprong. But Marcus Grenland gets the insurance tally. 5-3 final. And granted, the goalie numbers aren't going to be the best there, but I don't think we can properly blame a goaltender for that type of result when he had a shutout the game before. So a 2-1 series lead for Calgary here. We have a scouting assignment that we can apply. There's that first rounder that we don't know a ton about. That top 10, we already kind of have the info, right, in terms of being somewhat accurate. Russia's looking decent. Rest of world, I don't think there's going to be anybody. So in the dub, Cashman looks like a beast. Is there anybody first round projected that we just don't have any information on? That doesn't look to be the case. Again, I'm not going to worry about goalies. So right now, it just more looks like for the upcoming draft, we just need to get further information on who is there. For example, like Delzato. Let's look at him a little bit more. Potential top 10 pick. But we'll sim up to this game. And, Utica has advanced, which is nice. Carolina in a very tough spot in their conference semifinal matchup. And we'll go to coaching options, and we will go to edit lines. And let's see kind of what we're looking at here. So, Daniel Sprong, playoff stats so far. 8 points in 7 games. Can't hate it. God damn it, it's in alphabetical order instead of who's there. What's up with PLD? 9 points in 7 games. Can't hate that either. We know Sherbak's crushing it. Shinkarik had a big game 3 in the third period. 7 points in 7 games. Only 2 goals, though. Horvat. 6 points in 7 games. It's not bad. Pouliot, is he still going to be around 5 points? Yeah, so I don't think he's taken to that higher line like we were hoping. But the question is, who gets the bump up? Is it Jared McCann? We have so many power forwards on this team. Maybe we give Jared McCann the chance. Maybe we give Nikita Korostelev the chance. Korostelev, no points in 7 games. Damn. Well, we definitely have some options. Obviously we could dip down to Utica, but I'm not too worried about the player types now because it's it is what it is. It'll sort itself out. I mean, we could go with Burish back in that top 6 role. I mean, one of our key young players, of course, former first overall pick. I mean, if it's not him, it's a veteran like David Backes. It's Nolan Patrick, or Jared McCann, too. I mean, Backes still brings the physicality. He can't really skate anymore, though. What about Nolan Patrick, who, of course, we know didn't have that great of a season? He's a great skater. I mean, 95 speed for a power forward, outstanding. Of course, he's not the most aggressive. When he does hit, he does pretty well. And Jared McCann, of course, as a two-way. Great skater. Solid defense. Yeah, maybe we give Jared McCann the chance. But clearly something had to change. And we'll go with something like that. Why not? Defensively, there's no real obvious change. I mean, unless we wanted to put, like, Brent Burns up higher. I mean, Bean and Tanev, of course, isn't that bad either. I just don't think there's too much we can really do, right? We didn't add at the deadline, and for a reason. It wasn't a guarantee that we were going to make the playoffs. Let's go to game number 4. I mean, we lose this one, it's big trouble, certainly. First period, goalless. Second period, goalless. Third period, thank goodness, Burish is the hero on the day. Another incredibly close game here against Calgary. As another shutout for Riley Pickard. Both of our wins in this series have been through a Pickard shutout in a 1-0 win. It's a best of 3, essentially, of course, from this point on. And let's just run it. Game 5. And we'll adjust from here if necessary. First period, 1-0 Flames, Sonny Milano. Second period, goal apiece, Tyler Johnson. Daniel Sprong gets us on the board. Third period, we tie the game. Going to OT here. Nikita Sherbak finds the back of the net. Will there be a winner in overtime? Number 1, Calgary is still heavily outshooting us in this game and in this series. Another power play chance that fails, and it could very well be double overtime. It is a non-elimination game. I do wonder, I mean, I'm going to let this go. Does this sim still work the same? Yep, it does. Goes to double overtime. You know it's going to end quickly. And how do you like that? In double overtime, it's Nikita Sherbak, the star of this team, who gives us not only the 3-2 win, but the 3-2 series lead. What a player Sherbak has turned into. What a performance again from Riley Pickard. Dubois, the basket of apples with 3 assists. And we are 1 win away from the Western Conference Final. I told you some goofy stuff could happen. And certainly, here we are. There is a temptation to change up certain lines still, but we won't do that until we get in trouble, if we get in trouble. Game 6 in Calgary, chance to end this series. First period, and it's 2 goals. Hunter Shinkaruk and Rasmus Asplund from the fourth line. Not bad at all. Second period, that is bad. Entirely bad. Monahan, Hamilton, Burmistrov. 3 power play goals. We saw it in the last game. We are taking way too many penalties, and that is going to need to change. Hopefully it will. Third period, can we go to overtime? No, we cannot. We are going to Game 7. Winner is off to the Western Conference Final. Okay. I mean, it started off strong and we could not bounce back from there. Barreau just shuts things down. And this is a big game coming up because I don't know about you, the feeling for me here We win this game, we can win the whole damn thing. We lose this game, I don't know when we'll be back to the second round of the playoffs. I don't know. I feel like we could take a step back next year in a way. As the Eastern Conference is already decided, it'll be Philadelphia versus Washington. Meanwhile, St. Louis and Nashville also heading to a Game 7. And I mentioned certain things about the Lions. I think we have some changes here that are needed. Sprong has shown up but hasn't been insane. I feel like Bo Horvat hasn't really done much in this series either. You know? What do we want to do here? Maybe we put Burish back up. I feel like he's done okay. Korostelev still hasn't done a damn thing. And I feel like that's the same for Pouliot. Shinkarik, Dubois, Sherback, Sprong, Horvat, Burish, Osplin, McCann, Patrick, Korostelev, Backus, Pouliot. I don't hate it. And defensively, Burns dropped a point, too. We never did look at the defensive stats for the playoffs. I mean, a +1, 3 points for Shea Theodore. He hasn't done much. What about Madison Bowie? Bowie, 4 points, -2. Maybe we do break up that top pair. Jake Bean, 2 points and a +2 in this postseason so far. Yikes. What about Chris Tanev? 1 point, but a +6. Okay. So, I mean, unsurprisingly, Tanev's been really, really good. Ralph Jarrett, no points, but an even rating. We'll certainly take that. And then what about Brent Burns? 1 point and a -3. Okay. Right. Bean, Burns, Jarrett, Bowie, Theodore, Tanev. I think we got to play Chris Tanev as much as we possibly can in Game 7. Pickard, 7 wins, 3 losses so far, a .927 with a straight 2 for goals against average for the young 22-year-old, the second overall pick of the Coyotes, who they didn't sign. Their folly is our gain. It's Game 7 against Calgary, who's going to the Western Conference Finals. First period, 1-0 Flames, Michael Frolik. Second period, 2-0 Flames, Sam Gagner. And we are in trouble, aren't we? 3-0 Flames. Oh, we had it. Johnny Gaudreau is going to cap it off. I swear we had it. Shinkarik gets us on the board. We're right there, man. Winning games 4 and 5. But Calgary takes Game 6 and Game 7. The Flames knock us out and head to the Western Conference Finals. Damn. Like I said, I feel like if we made it through, we could have won the whole damn thing. But for this team, making it to the second round, making it to within 1 win of the conf finals, it's still pretty good for how incomplete of a roster this is, as we still wait to see if other people are going to be able to take steps up. I feel like we did okay. As far as the forwards are concerned, like Dubois, Sherback, we know they're a great combination. Sprong, I mean, he had 10 points in 11 games. I can't be too disappointed. Shinkarik on 9, Horvat on 6. I just feel like certain players disappeared, though, in that second round. And then, yeah, look at that. Our secondary scoring, Burish had just 1 point. Backus with 2, Nolan Patrick, Jared McCann. I mean, Zach Burish probably goes nowhere, but Nikita Korostelev, is he going to be back next year? I don't know about that. And then defensively, I mean, again, Jake Bean and OFD, only 2 points. These performances are going to be ones that we remember in terms of dictating, who's a part of this team moving forward and who is not. But with that, we have been bounced from the postseason. And obviously we'll be sticking around at the helm of the Canucks. We're not going anywhere. We are not fucking leaving. We do have a little bit more scouting to do. Obviously now we're going to have a draft coming up here very shortly. Germany, nobody too crazy out of the DEL. Well, Czech League, top 5 potential forward. Swiss League, not looking too bad. Ooh, there we go, Emery. Let's get more information on that guy. More information on that guy. And, of course, we'll see how this works out for us, right? In terms of who ends up winning the whole thing. I mean, especially, too, if Calgary wins the whole thing, then you know that we could have gone on a run. Had the bottom 6 been a little bit closer to ready, I think that was a big issue, right? That was a big issue. Swiss League defense. Oh, baby, Emery's a beast. Emery is an absolute beast. Liga, not too bad. Sweden, potential first-round defenseman. Take a look there. And we should have our cup winner here any day now. Looks like it is the Flyers and the Flames. Flyers and Flames for the cup. I can't say I'm surprised that Calgary made it. I wish I was, but it was supposed to be me. They are living the dream right now. All right, Russian-wise, we're looking okay. Anybody else here? We could still get a little bit more information on some of these guys out of the dub. But will it be Calgary? Will it be Philadelphia winning the Stanley Cup in 2021? The answer is, dramatic drum roll, please. Dude, the drummer's arm's going to fall off. For the love of God, who won it? This is taking forever. Today, please. Any day now. The Calgary Flames. It really could have been us. Really, really, really could have been us. Damn, man. Damn. Ooh, Calder winner Riley Pickard, though. We'll talk about the awards here in a second whenever it stops the sim, which should be shortly, I hope. It is the Prospects game. No, thank you. Mark Dorsey, Anthony Young, Georges Lapierre, Bobby Mackey, and Toby Milson. All right. Well, we know Calgary got it done. I presume it was a pretty deep series as well. Yep, 7 games. Calgary beat Nashville in 5. Damn. What a run for Calgary, though. You know, wild card team making it past LA. I mean, they just wiped out that Western Conference. Made a great run. And you can't be upset about Stanley Cup champion Johnny Gaudreau. 2nd cup in 3 years now for the Flames. Rocket Richard goes to Ovechkin. Ted Lindsay Award to Patrick Kane. Selke Trophy to Sidney Crosby again. Jennings to Rask and Subban. The Vezina to Eddie Lack. Okay. Conn Smythe, Sean Monahan, joining Tyler Johnson from a few years ago. And we have back-to-back. Timashov wasn't ours, right? But Dubois and Pickard, back-to-back Calder winners. You love to see that. Stamkos wins the Bing. The Norris to Erik Karlsson. The reign of PK Subban might be over. Patrick Kane, the Hart Trophy, as well as the Art Ross. And in the AHL, the Charlotte Checkers win the Calder Cup. As well, the goaltending tandem there. Nico Viksten did pretty well. Let's see. First award MVP of the playoffs, Carter Hartz. Oh, Duke, you haven't talked about Carter Hartz, Fred. Like, fuck off. Vieni Vevalainen was the top goaltender, though, taking over from Zach Robidoux, who won it the year before. Best defenseman, Josh Morrissey for the Manitoba Moose. The top rookie was Pekka Kokkonen for the Utica Comets. So, again, we're still looking good. He was also the top goal scorer in the AHL, while Calle Pedersen was league MVP for Charlotte, also scored the most points. So there you go. Another season in the books. Does mean that we have a draft to get to. And what I'm intrigued by right now before we get to this draft, show me those progress reports here. What do we have going on? Original overall, current overall. So Fukale got 1 point worse. Cam Ward went from an 80 to a 62. That's insane. Pickard didn't get any better, so none of our guys in the system actually ended up getting any better than they are. Defensively, Burns down by 1, Irwin by 3, George is dropping by 1, Hamhuis dropping. But in the system, no improvement until Sean Day goes up by 1. And again, yeah, we kind of had some stunted development here for most of these guys, really. Right wing side, no movement. AHL, no movement. Left wing side, Shinkarik up by 1. Burish up by 1. Odoreus up by 1. And then centers, yeah, David Backus falling off. That's not a surprise. Dubois gets a +1 as well. So, yeah, I said, we kept our first round pick as opposed to Florida and getting rid of that one at the deadline, which I don't hate. Question now is, at the draft, are there good players to move on from? And I feel like the answer might be yes. Especially too, stunted development like that. I think we could afford to be a bit ruthless here. Kari Letton's gone, Corey Crawford, Brian Elliott, amongst others. Centers, Bergeron, Kessler, Getzoff. Holy hell, Backus retired anyway. Bunch of notable names retiring down the middle. Right wing side, Rick Nash, Hoodler. I mean, a lot of dudes that we could have acquired to go for it this year, and they would have been one and done. Mahalik, Steen, MacArthur all gone. And then defensively, Hamhuis, Burns is gone very early. Coburn, Bufflin. A lot of big names, a lot of games played in the league gone heading into next season, including some of our cap whales. We have the block still fully open, which I got to be honest, I think I'm good with. We'll consider trades. We will definitely consider trades. So, draft order. Dallas has the number 1 pick. We are at number 18. And I know that Florida pick changed a lot. I don't remember who it went to. But Dallas at number 1, Detroit 2, Colorado 3. Makes me wonder. I mean, of course, if you're going to trade up, you have to do it. Ottawa. Sprong. Ooh, Sprong and Odoreus. I think we got to keep Sprong. I mean, he didn't get any better. Regular season, 72 points, 37 goals. Playoffs, 10 points in 11 games. Yeah, I don't think we can blame Daniel Sprong for the loss, even for the 11th overall pick. I mean, that pick could be anything. It could be Daniel Sprong. So the Dallas Stars, first overall pick, they're not looking to trade it. That doesn't surprise me. Who is looking to trade their pick? Particularly if there's anybody with a top 10 pick, like Buffalo's up there. I don't know if anybody's looking to trade their first. Colorado at 3. Okay. Yeah, so we probably target the 3rd overall. Yeah, Detroit, it was for 2nd. Yeah, we already know it's Colorado. If we can get a deal done for that pick, we do it. So we use our own first. And then what else can we do here? I mean, obviously, for goalies, you could talk about Zach Fukale. I mean, Robidoux, Vepalainen. A lot of potential movement there. Defensively, they are interested in Jake Bean. Theodore, Tanev. Okay. I mean, Malone's up there. Right wing side, Sherback, Clark, Spry. I mean, that right wing side is stacked. I mean, Mallet being there as well. Cox, like that right wing side is crazy. Korostelev certainly feels like an odd man out right now. Left wing side, Shinkarik, Asplund. Of course, we already talked about Jared McCann. So what if we went 18, Korostelev, 2/3? That's not going to be enough, even though that third overall is lower value than what it shows. Is there anyone who it makes sense to give up here? I mean, again, we kind of talked about McCann. I mean, there's certain younger players I still want to see what they can do, right? Like Jake Bean still has potential to get better. It's a bit tough. I mean, if they're interested, which they're not, but if we could interest them in Robidoux, even then, I don't really think he has the value that we need to make up here. I mean, we do have our second round pick. And I could just make a lot of the later picks. So the first, which isn't that bad, add the second, 2/3, and Korostel. It's close. I'm going to try this. 18, 52, 76, 80, and Nikita Korostela for the third overall. They would have probably taken it, but Korostelov's deal is up. All right, so the 18th overall pick it is. The Cashman guy went first overall. And obviously we'll see how good these dudes end up being. But we have the 18th overall pick. Holy. So Agostino or Talixon. They are the guys. No doubt. Of course, goalies we didn't even scout. I mean, yeah, it's got to be Agostino or Talixon. It's not even a question, or is it? Noah Price. Holy, that is some talent right there. I mean, Noah Price showing up as the best of the bunch. Let's see here. Gerard Boss. I refuse to call him Jared. Nothing too crazy about him. Agostino. The only thing we know for sure is 73 discipline. Talixon, 76 passing. And then look at the puck skills for Price, man. I mean, he is going to be another skill-based player. Excuse me. But, yeah, it's Noah Price. It's got to be a little bit off the board. He's our guy, though. He is absolutely our guy. And, well, no other trades have happened. Islanders are calling before round number 2. Horvat and Foucault for Halak in 2 seconds. If it wasn't Yarrow Halak, I'd consider it because we don't really need a goalie to replace Foucault with, you know? In fairness, let's take a quick little look. Hello, Sadikov. I mean, 4.5 gold. 71 at 20, though. Then again, a lot of guys we'd want to trade, like, again, expiring deals potentially. So we'll just make our picks and see what happens from there. Who's next here? Quite a few options, but the obvious second-round choice, Tyrone Blum, the defender, out of the queue. He's the guy. We'll take him. We'll take him. We got 2 third-round picks. Still no other trades to happen. Rangers are calling. Horvat, Foucault for a first and a third. If we're going to trade Bo, we'll do it later. I don't think we are. I'm just saying if. Who do we have here in the third round? Oh, this is beautiful. So we're definitely going to get Ivan Filatov, overager or not. And then a few picks after that. Let's see. 4th round. We're either looking at Brizgalov, Perreault, or Celios. Let's see with Celios. I mean, shooting category leaves a bit to be desired. Perreault, not too bad. And then, was Hanu Rene at the top of the board? Oh, he was 5th round. What about Briz? The puck skills category is pretty good. We go for the Ukrainian, Andrei Brizgalov. And at least on paper, we're crushing this draft. We'll have to see how good these guys are. Islanders really want Bo Horvat. Can't say it's unrealistic, I suppose. And let's see. Multiple picks in round number 4. We'll take Perot. We know he was in the running. So we'll just go ahead and select him now. There's Celios. And we might even get, yep, there we go. We got every single one of them. If the scouting was accurate, we just hit a home run of unbelievable proportions. Patrick and Horvat for a first and a second. Nah, there's too much potential to get ripped off. Let's see, next round, who else do we have? Just sort by potential. Looking at Wheeler and Enforcer. Darcy Mapletop. Pavel Varlamov or Junior Doyle. Well, 5th to 6th round is next, and we'll take the Enforcer. Let's go for Tyrone Wheeler. 6th round, couple of picks. I love how quickly we can get to the draft here. Toronto calling about Hunter Shinkaruk. I think we keep Shinkaruk for the moment. He was really good in the playoffs, at least for the role that he was playing. Let's see, who do we have? Let's go for Darcy Mapletoft. And then we'll take that other dude who was projected to be undrafted, Pavel Varlamov, another Ukrainian. Leaves us with 2 7th-round picks. Nashville calling Burris and Reyes. Not going to happen, at least right now. And our final few picks of this draft, we will go for Curtis White, a Swiss defender. And, oh, do we just take a risk on a goalie? Are there any goalies left? Yes, there are. And all of them are undersized. Kind of hoping there'd be a tall goalie. Right. Well, OFD, power forward, 2-way, defenseman, power forward, 2-way. Graham Iliakis, Donald Rawlings, Danny Collins. We'll take the center. Let's take Danny Collins. 2-way as well. We're going to need more of that. Up next is, getting our proper team balance set up as best we can. But I want to see how we did in that draft. I mean, according to the scouts, we likely just absolutely crushed it. So let's see what happens from here. So for the goalies, we got Pickard. Robidoux can still be qualified. Do we hit Etienne Montpetit with a qualifying offer? I don't see why not. And we still got Cam Ward as a cap whale. I don't know if Montpetit will have much trade value, but we might as well keep him. Defensively, oh boy. Bowie qualified. Theodore qualified. Jake Bean. Ralph Jarrett. Sean Day. Jacob Friend. Let's see. Nick Mellock. Tyson Malone, 70 overall, 4-star. Okay. Mapletop, nothing special. Blum, 3.5 gold. White was really nothing special either. I mean, so Malone was good. The rest of them, not so hot. We might sign them later. Right wing side, Sherback's going to be so expensive. Clark needs to be signed. Dude, he's an 85. Holy shit. What an ELC that is for Clark. Yeah, we got some changes coming. Cox is also ready to be signed. We got some changes coming, no doubt. Mallet could be signed. Korostelev, we might as well keep. Puljujarvi, we might as well keep as well. Nightingale, 4.5 red. Silverthorne, 3.5 red. Same for Brizgalov, same for Rene. Our scouts let us down a bit. Tyrone Wheeler was 3 gold stars, so not too much help coming, actually. Benoit Pouliot we can drop. And let's see from there. Osplund we'll hold on to. Kiviranta. Even Colby McCauley. So Noah Price, 4.5 red, but a 79 at 19 years old. Even Adam Ernie. Keep him for the moment. Kirkland. Louis LeBeau. For the moment, we'll keep you. We'll see if we can trade you. Why not? Let's see. Filatov, 3.5 gold. Celios. Man, our scouts got it wrong. Holy. I thought we were going to be just crushing it. Dubois needs a deal. McCann needs a deal. There's a chance for so much turnover here. It's crazy. Danny Collins wasn't good at all. And then Pizzetta. That is a lot of RFAs, to say the least. And yeah, we need to start sorting out who's going to be on this team moving forward and who isn't. And hopefully we make the right choices, but with how many player types we have, so many guys. Like, you look at center, two-way. Like, that's not bad. Patrick is a power forward. But then left wing side, sniper, power forward, two-way. At least Price was a two-way. But yeah, that right wing side, like, something's got to give, right? But I mean, you got to figure we pair one or two of these guys together, get like a big time high skill left wing. Maybe even, I think Dubois is good enough to be a number one center. There's definitely going to be some big moves sooner rather than later.